Hello my dragonflies, my kings and queens, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. We're back with Wansee Entertainment, and this is my roommate's ex-girlfriend horror stories animated. If you did not yet, like, comment, subscribe, share on the wonderful stuff. And also check out my music down in the description below. Positive music, positive vibes to you all. And so sit back, relax, get your snacks, and let's get into it, baby. I just love
My name's
animation.
Oliver. I'm now 23, 24 on August 22nd, and I go by he, him, they, them as my pronouns. This happened to me when I was in my second year at university, majoring in hospitality. I was 20 at the time. I lived in a rental apartment that had 3 rooms on the 3rd floor of the apartment building, which was 15 minutes away by foot from my university. So I shared them with another 2 people to get cheaper rent. I shared them with a 3rd-year senior named Michael, who majored in electrical engineering, and an alumni who was in for his MBA for linguistics, named Sam.
So
we sometimes do like to play pranks on each other since we were kind of active on social media. Yeah, for the clout. Anyways, as I remember, on the 25th of August 2016, about 3 days after my birthday, I had headed back home after a part-time job around 6 p.m. On that day, both Michael and Sam were out drinking, which made me the only person home. As soon as I arrived in the hallway of my apartment, I saw a girl crouching in front of the front door to my room. I looked around for a bit before letting out a short, tiring sigh and said, "Miss, do you live here? Do you need my help to call the landlord just in case you lost your key or something?" I waited for a reply to my question for about a minute or so, and all of a sudden she started to stand up and look at me, and she asked if Leon was around. I kind of sighed with relief and told her Leon went out drinking with his friends. If you would like, you can wait inside. She then smiled and nodded her head. I, however, without hesitation, just unlocked the door and let her in. I then told her to sit wherever she feels comfortable, which she ended up sitting on the sofa. I tried offering her drinks and asked if she ate dinner, and she said, "I don't need anything. I just want to meet Leon." I raised my eyebrow a little, and I proceeded to ask what her relationship was with Leon, and she told me that she was his girlfriend. From what I know about Leon, I've never seen him go on a date, or even talk about his dating life. All he ever told us was that he used to date a girl 5 years ago when he was heavily drunk a few months back. I then just shrugged it off since I wasn't interested in prying into someone's love life. I then asked her if she tried calling Leon, and she replied with, "I don't have a phone with me." I then raised my eyebrows again with a questioning face. I mean, it's 2016. Anyone her age owns a smartphone at least. I then just grabbed my phone out of my pocket and offered it to her to use it to call Leon, but she refused and said, "I think I'll just wait." I then said, "Are you sure? They'll be pretty late. Maybe leave a text?" But she replied with, "No, I said I'll wait," sternly. So I let out a sigh and said, "Look, lady, I'm tired, but if you insist on waiting, at least text him." I then waited for her to reply, and all she did was turn to the left side and stare out the window. I soon then just gave up and told her I'll be going for a quick shower. I brought my phone along to the shower and texted Leon about his girlfriend, and then I hopped into the shower. About 25 to 30 minutes later, I received a call from Leon. I was done with my shower and putting on my shirt and shorts, and I answered his phone call with him saying, "Hey, read your text. Is this some kind of half-assed prank? I'm not dating anyone currently." I replied to him, "I feel like I'm being pranked here. She insisted on waiting for you. She told me she's your girlfriend." He then asked me what her name was, which I never got to ask her. Then he asked me to describe her. I told him that she has long brownish hair with brown eyes, probably about 5'2", wearing a dark blue sweatshirt too big for her, with a pair of jeans and black sneakers. Soon after hearing that, Leon stayed quiet for about 5 minutes. I asked him, "What's wrong, crazy ex-girlfriend?" while chuckling. He then said something I didn't expect to hear. "Ollie, that girl, she sounds like she was my girlfriend from 5 years ago. She died from jumping off her family's apartment building." I stayed in silence, in shock. Sweat started breaking out. He then said, "Just don't do or say anything to her. I'll be back in a few minutes, but don't hang up." I then could hear him running through the phone. I, on the other hand, didn't believe him, thinking it might be a prank. I went out of the bathroom with my hair still kind of wet, and there I saw her standing on the rail of the balcony while saying, "I'm never good enough for him," while tears were running down her face. Upon seeing this, I threw my phone down and ran close to the balcony entrance and told her to come inside desperately. She only turned her face toward me and smiled and said, "He will never find happiness," and jumped off.
Get away from me.
I screamed while trying to grab her, but only missed.
Not today,
I closed my eyes in fear,
today.
then opened my eyes to look down and see nothing. That girl who jumped off was nowhere to be found. Soon after that, Leon arrived, panting, and he saw me on the balcony and walked towards me and asked where she was. I told him what happened. He sighed in relief and told me that he'd been seeing her in his dreams, and sometimes would see a silhouette of her from time to time. It was probably because he kept that dark blue sweatshirt she wore when she jumped off, which originally belonged to Leon. He received them back from her mother a month ago during the anniversary of her death. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that experience. Leon still hasn't dated anyone, and he never opens up about what happened between him and her. I never forced him to tell me anything, but the words she muttered before jumping about how he will never find happiness makes me think there might be more to her story. As for the sweatshirt, Leon told me he left it on her gravestone, and I've never seen her again.
Another one.
A few years ago, me and my mom moved to an apartment after my parents divorced. We found this beautiful apartment in the heart of the city, and when I first saw it, I fell in love, not knowing how horrible things will end up in this place. I have always tried to sleep in my room, but I was not able because I felt very uncomfortable in the room from the start, and I was not sure why. Even though I felt uncomfortable, I shook it off as I was just paranoid and stupid, until I kept waking up at 3 a.m. every night to something touching my back, which ended up as intense scratching, and after whispering in my ear. It was whispering my name over and over again until I passed out from the intense fear that I felt. After a while, when things became very scary and intense, I told my mom what happened, but she didn't believe me. She was blaming me because she knows I love to watch horror movies, and told me that all these movies are making me scared to sleep alone.
I like watching horror movies
I was terrified. I didn't know what to do, so I decided to sleep in the living room on the couch. I was really happy because I didn't have any paranormal experiences or anything for a while, until one night when I woke up to the wall in front of me being scratched, and like someone was knocking on the wall. It got louder and louder until it turned into intense pounding on the walls. It sounded like the building was going to collapse. What made it even scarier that the wall that was pounding could not have been made by a person, because we did not have a neighbor, since the person who last lived next to us died from torture and murder. The apartment next to us was completely abandoned. No one lived there since the last 20 years. A few weeks after this happened, my big cousin came over to sleep at our house so that we are not alone, and I felt comfortable sleeping in my room when she was there. So we watched a movie and fell asleep. Again, at about 3 or 4 a.m., I woke up and saw a figure, a shadow, a man, I am not sure what to call it, stand in front of my door. It was staring at me. I froze. I was able to move. I was able to speak, but I didn't. I did not believe what was standing in front of me, so I was not able to say even a word. In just a blink of an eye, I saw it come so close to me that I saw nothing else but its huge red eyes, and it whispered to me my name. It whispered over and over again until I blacked out. Soon, we finally moved to another apartment, and I didn't feel any bad spirits in the new place, so I felt safe and happy again.
Good for you.
Although the only thing that still haunts me to this day is when my cousin came over when we moved and told me that when she slept in my house, she saw me at 3 a.m. sitting on the bed with my mouth wide open. She said that I looked like my mouth was just going to rid apart and my eyes were white, plain white. She told me that I looked dead. She was so scared of me that she hid under the blankets crying and was not able to move. She also said that I was whispering something over and over again. My name.
Oh my gosh. My God. Keep some affirmations. Love yourself. Cleanse the whole apartment. Bad vibes. Not here. Not here. So we gotta enjoy those two videos from Wansee Entertainment. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out my music down below. Love you guys. Have the most awesome positive day. Stay grateful. Stay blessed. Until next time, you guys.